Cappadocia is the strangest place on Earth. There is no other way to put it. It's a tourist magnet and one of the most photographed travel destinations. Cappadocia is not a city. It's not even a province. It's more of a historical region spanning 5,000 square kilometers in central Turkey, with boundaries so vague that scholars have argued about them for centuries. Volcanic eruptions millions of years ago deposited layers of tuff and basalt across the plateau. Erosion did the rest. Wind and water carved the soft rock into cones and formations that defy immediate geological logic. The famous fairy chimneys are not, despite their name, evidence of supernatural activity. Göreme National Park contains the densest concentration of such chimneys. The Ihlara Valley has a 14-kilometer gorge with old churches cut into cliff faces. The underground cities of Derinkuyu and Kaymaklı extend multiple stories beneath the earth. There is a lot to see. Perhaps too much, if one is being honest about the average tourist's attention span. But why is Cappadocia so popular? The visual uniqueness ranks first. The landscape genuinely looks unlike anywhere else on Earth. Photographs and videos cannot fully convey the strangeness of this place. The balloons amplify this visual impact. The historical depth adds intellectual substance to what might otherwise be purely aesthetic tourism. Prior to the 1970s, the region was mainly unknown to international travelers. Domestic Turkish visitors had long frequented the region because of its historical and religious importance. Early Christians escaped Roman persecution and built large communities into the soft rock. The 1980s saw the start of the change. Turkey's tourist business increased quickly under government sponsorship. In 1985, Cappadocia was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which included both the rock sites of Cappadocia and the Göreme National Park. This recognition garnered international notice. The area was listed in guidebooks. Buses from Istanbul and Ankara brought independent tourists, but the infrastructure was still quite basic. The accommodations were simple. The roads were poor. However, a specific kind of traveller was drawn to the area, people looking for something different from Greek ruins and Mediterranean beaches. The balloon industry transformed everything. Hot air balloon flights above Cappadocia began commercially in the early 1990s. The first operations were modest. A handful of firms provided flights for niche adventure visitors. The tipping moment happened in the 2000s. Digital photography made the balloon image attractive. The visual appeal was enhanced by social media. By the 2010s, Cappadocia has become one of the most recognizable balloon destinations in the world, rivaling the Serengeti and Bagan. Every year, around 500,000 people take flights. Up to 150 balloons launch on a single morning during peak season. The industry contributes an estimated $100 million each year for the regional economy. Prices for balloon flights range from 150 to 350 euros per person, depending on the operator, flight duration, and passenger capacity of the basket. Standard flights last roughly 1 hour. The event includes early morning pickup, sometimes around 5 a.m., a little meal, the flight itself, and a landing celebration. Whether the experience justifies the cost depends entirely on individual circumstances. The views are undeniably spectacular, but 1 hour passes quickly when you have spent 300 euros for the pleasure. The balloon industry has also created problems. Safety concerns have emerged periodically. There were some fatal accidents caused by an unexpected increase in wind speed, but the overall safety record compares favourably with other adventure tourism activities. More pressing are the environmental and aesthetic impacts. Hundreds of balloons ascending simultaneously creates noise pollution for residents. Landing sites require cleared areas. Exhaust from propane burners contributes to air quality degradation. Flight cancellations due to weather conditions remain common, especially in winter and during windy spring days. Operators generally offer refunds or rescheduled flights. Two regional airports serve the Cappadocia area, Kayseri Erkilet Airport and Nevşehir Cappadocia Airport. Kayseri Airport receives more flights and offers better connections to Istanbul, Ankara and international destinations. Turkish Airlines, Pegasus and Anadolu Jet operate regular services. The airport lies 75 kilometers from Göreme, a journey of roughly 1 hour by road depending on traffic and driving speed. Shuttle services operated by hotels and independent companies meet arriving flights and transport passengers to Göreme for fees ranging from 15 to 30 euros per person. Private transfers cost more but offer scheduling flexibility. If you come with your car, the 750-kilometre journey from Istanbul to Göreme takes 8 to 10 hours. The major highways are good and GPS navigation functions reliably for main routes. Within Göreme and the surrounding area, you can rent cars and scooters. The central Göreme area is compact enough for walking, but reaching outlying attractions requires some kind of transportation. Göreme has become the undisputed centre of the tourism industry. It was once a village where people actually lived normal lives. Now it is primarily a service station for travellers. The Göreme Open-Air Museum is the centrepiece of legitimate cultural tourism in the region. Located just 1 kilometre from the town centre, the museum preserves a complex of rock-cut churches, chapels and refectories dating primarily from the 10th through 12th centuries. Göreme itself does not contain one of the major underground cities, but its position makes it the primary base for visiting these remarkable sites. Derinkuyu lies approximately 30 kilometers south, Özkonak about 15 kilometers north. Derinkuyu, the deepest of the explored underground cities, extends at least 8 levels below the surface, with some evidence suggesting 2 additional levels that remain unexcavated or inaccessible. The complex could accommodate approximately 20,000 people along with their livestock and supplies. It has storage rooms, living quarters, churches, oil presses and ventilation shafts that extend 55 metres or more to the surface. Guided tours of the underground cities vary enormously in quality. Some guides provide detailed, accurate information grounded in archaeological scholarship. Others repeat legends and speculation as fact. The cave hotel phenomenon deserves critical examination. Accommodation carved into Cappadocian rock has existed for centuries. Modern cave hotels adapted this tradition for tourism purposes. The first boutique cave hotels opened during the 1990s. The concept proved wildly successful. Today, hundreds of properties offer cave or cave-style accommodation. Prices vary enormously. Basic cave rooms in Göreme start around 50 to 80 euros per night during shoulder season. Mid-range boutique hotels with terraces and breakfast included run between 150 and 300 euros. High-end establishments charge 500 euros or more for suites with private terraces, jacuzzis and direct valley views. These prices increase substantially during peak season and balloon flight mornings. Many visitors book specifically for the terrace view of balloon launches, but many so-called cave hotels are not, strictly speaking, caves. Construction techniques have evolved. Some properties carve new spaces into hillsides. The population of the region has varied drastically during the previous century. The key towns have witnessed what economists could term tourism-driven demographic restructuring. Göreme has a registered population of roughly 2,000 persons. Ürgüp has 20,000 inhabitants. Nevşehir city, the provincial capital, has around 100,000 people, but these numbers demand context. Many registered residents work seasonally and migrate elsewhere during winter months. Meanwhile, an unregistered population of temporary workers, foreign businesses and long-term tourists prevents any accurate census. The ratio of tourists to inhabitants during high season gets ludicrous. On any given day during the summer, the number of visitors to Göreme surpasses the permanent population by a factor of 10 or more. The weather in Cappadocia works on a continental climatic system with notable extremes. July and August are brutal dry, crowded and hot enough to melt enthusiasm. Winter is beautiful but cold, and some valleys become inaccessible due to snow. From December through February, temperatures drop below freezing, and the fairy chimneys are covered in a beautiful coating of snow that looks amazing but makes outside exploring challenging. Spring and fall bring mild temperatures between 15 and 25 degrees Celsius. These shoulder seasons also bring cleaner sky and more stable atmospheric conditions. This matters greatly for the balloon business. You should avoid wandering into unmarked caves. They're unstable, dark, and sometimes home to bats. Also, don't touch the frescoes in the rock churches. Have you ever been to Cappadocia? If yes, how was your balloon flight? Let us know in the comments. If you loved this video, please push the like button and subscribe to World Travel Guide.